conversations now between the people of hellfire. So they've given up on the people of heaven. And they ask them to give them water, Allah doesn't let them. They ask the angel to perish them. They ask their torturers to give them remorse. They start to talk words of despair. Actually, before they talk to each other, they begin to ask the angels, Malik, for one more thing. They say, all right, please, we're thirsty. At least just give us once, just once in these thousands of years, water to drink. Once. Well, it says very well. They see clouds coming and they have hope. Remember what we said? Part of the torture in hellfire is that Allah raises your hope and then it crushes. So clouds come and they said water. When it rains, it's fire, it's acid, it's lava. So then they turn to each other. And what kind of conversations do they have to each other? Blame. Each one begins to blame the other. It is because of you. It is because of you. No, it's because of you. You did this to me. You did that to me. Hoping that maybe the angels can hear it so that they can say, hold on, it's not his fault. But no, judgment is over. So they blame. That's how the human is. In the hadith it says that some people in hellfire who were adulterers, what is their punishment? Here are some examples. There is a well inside of hellfire where the adulterers are tortured in there from time to time. They are hung with hooks from their private parts and their chests. And fire from beneath them rises and burns them again and again and again. And the men and the women, adulterers, will have to drink and eat, or drink, consume from the discharge that comes out of these people in hellfire from their backside and their front. This is their food. In another hadith, Rasul ﷺ spoke about people who consume, interest, riba, when they're not in need of it. And some of them who are fornicators and adulterers, when you're married and you commit intercourse in a haram way with other women and so on. He says there is a valley in hellfire that has scorpions and snakes. And these scorpions are the size of camels and cows. When they sting that person, they feel the poison for 1,000 years. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to save us from that. These are some narrations that we read in the Quran, the hadith that have come to us. There are many types of tortures in hellfire. We ask Allah to save us from them. It comes to a stage, my dear brothers and sisters, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that an angel will come between heaven and hell. This is when people of heaven have just entered and people of hellfire have just entered. On top of the torture that they are feeling, the people of hellfire, and on top of the comfort and beauty that the people of heaven are feeling, in contrast, an angel will come between heaven and hell, and the doors of heaven and the doors of hell will open. So the people of hellfire, all of them will see this angel. And the people of heaven, all of them will see this angel. And what has he got? In the Sahih Hadith, it says in Bukhari and Muslim, he will come with a ram-looking creature. You know what a ram is, right? It's a male sheep with huge horns. This angel will grab this huge, humongous ram, and its color is pitch black. And the angel calls out to the people of heaven. And the people of heaven, they get a little bit of a sense of discomfort. Why? They get a sense of discomfort that, is there something wrong? Are we needing to come out of Jannah now? Why are they calling us? And the people of hellfire get a sense of comfort, the opposite. Hold on, they're calling us again. Maybe some of us are going to come out. He says, Ya Ahl al-Jannah, O people of heaven, they look. Ya Ahl al-Nar, O people of hellfire, and they look. And then he grabs the ram and he slaughters the ram. And the ram dies. He says, this is death. O people of heaven, khuludun bila maut, eternal life without death anymore. And O people of hell, khuludun bila maut, eternal life without death. In other words, death has been killed. No one will die anymore. If you're in heaven, you're eternally happy. If you're in hellfire, you're eternally miserable. There's nothing in between. Every negative thing in this life, well, everything in this life, you have some good and some bad in it, right? Think of it, even the forbidden things. Alcohol, some good, some bad. Gambling, some good, some bad. Zina, adultery, some good, some bad. Stealing, some good, some everything. In hellfire, only the bad stays, but the bad effects of things. Fire burns, but you can also heat yourself, warm yourself. In hellfire, it only burns. You're not allowed to warm yourself. It won't give you vitamin D. It won't do any of these things. In heaven, it's the opposite. Everything in this life, only the positive element of it is left. You see? Food tastes beautiful when you're hungry, but then it tastes ugly when you're full and you're forced to eat more. In heaven, you eat and eat, but you never get full. And you never get hungry. It's just what? It's the pleasure that's in between that stays. In hellfire, you get fooled over and over, shoved down your throat, down the person's throat, and he burns. Or they get extremely hungry to the point where their bodies begin to decay. In hellfire, there is torture of cold and torture of heat. We said this last week, where cold becomes heat and heat becomes more heat.
Before leaving, make sure to subscribe, share your comments, and turn on notifications for the latest videos.